Hi, everybody, and welcome to Season 2, Episode 44 already of Power Networking Media's weekly feature program, Spotlight on Small Business. I'm your host, Moshe Klein. Thanks for taking a moment to like this YouTube video and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Spotlight introduces you to successful small business owners who share content and information that you don't want to miss. Today, I'm especially pleased to welcome my friend and my networking partner, Cindy Klein. Cindy is a managing member at a company called EC Funding Solutions. And by the way, for the record, Cindy and I are friends. We share a last name spelled exactly the same, but we don't happen to be related. Cindy, welcome to the program.
Thank you, Moshe. So nice to be here. Thank you for inviting me.
It's a pleasure to have you. You know, you and I have known each other now, I think, more than a decade. We'll talk about that perhaps in a minute. But for the benefit of our viewers, who are mostly small business owners, what is EC Funding Solutions? What do you do there every day?
We specialize in helping small and medium sized businesses have access to the capital that they need to fund their business.
Cindy, back in the day when you and I met, this is how a small business owner would try to get access to a line of credit or get a loan. You went to your bank. Wherever your business banked, you would go to that loan officer, fill out a stack of applications, and you were either approved or not. And if you were not approved, you were stuck. So it's my understanding, Cindy, that you're bringing something to the marketplace, a real benefit to small business owners, and that's providing access to capital outside of the traditional walk down the plank to a bank. Tell us a little more. Where do you take your clients to get some cash to grow their business?
Sure. Oh, good question. Thank you. So, having worked in the lending and finance industry for more than 25 years, I have made just some fantastic connections with direct lenders all over the United States and Canada. And so, through my networking and through other finance companies and lenders, bankers, I meet businesses who need help identifying the right alternative lending product for them. More than 95% of my businesses are in fact businesses that do business to business. So I said business 10 times in one sentence, but that's an important component of what I do. So when meeting the business, I address what type of business are they doing. I'm okay with new businesses. I'm okay with businesses that are growing rapidly. These are all things that are challenges for bankers, which I used to be, as you know, and businesses that maybe have hit a bump in the road and are having some cash flow issues, specialize in that. And then, businesses that just need help getting turned around. So I am partnered with some of the finest and best direct lenders and turnaround specialists and accountants all over the United States. So by just doing just a short analysis of what it is that the business and the business owner need, I can then, make recommendations and introductions. The small business is not charged any fee by me for me identifying what might be a good fit for them, and then they meet with our direct lenders or our fellow professionals to get the services that they need. So it's fun. I love working with small and medium-sized businesses, as you know, and I bring a lot of energy to that table, a lot of experience, more than 25 years, and just feel really blessed to be connected to so many good people across the US and Canada that also share my passion for helping small and medium-sized businesses.
Well, Cindy, you touched on so many important things. I don't even know where to begin to ask another question, but there's one thing that bubbled to the surface that I think is very, very important. As an accountant, I have access to people's business and personal financial information. And I think one of the questions that you probably get more often than not is, how would I know if I would qualify? You and I, Cindy, met about a decade or so ago. We've gone through two recessions, a pandemic now, and really a contraction or a consolidation within the corporate world. There were millions of people working good jobs, making six plus figures a year.
Yes.
Those jobs are gone, Cindy. And some of those people are now networking with you and I in the world of small business as small business owners. So let me ask you a question on behalf of a make-believe client. Cindy, I saw your interview on Spotlight and I had to call you because I've got a great small business, but I'm in business less than 2 years. I'm not sure if I would qualify, whether it's at a bank or a non-traditional lending source. How do you have that conversation, Cindy?
Sure. So, what we want to start with is what kind of business it is. Like I said, I specialize in companies that are doing business to business, and then we'd want to see: are they offering a service? Are they offering a product? Are they manufacturing? Are they distributing? I mean, all of those things fit into this realm. Being in business for 2 years is not a requirement. I work with direct lenders that will help startup businesses with their very first invoices and help them with that cash flow. And I always tell folks I love that cash flow product. It's called invoice financing. If I had business to business and I was issuing invoices that weren't going to get paid for 60 or 90 days, I would use invoice financing in a heartbeat. So it's an easy recommendation. We also can offer through our connections commercial real estate loans, bridge loans if they want to do bridge to perm, we have those options. Oh gosh, I mean equipment financing, purchase order financing, inventory financing. It
Wow.
all exists, and each of them. My job is to know what the lender needs to see for this business to qualify. So I want to know what the business does, what do they think that they need, make some recommendations around that, and then have the conversation, make that introductory call with the direct lender, with the business owner on the line, and say, this is what my friend does, and this is what they're looking for. Would this be a good fit for you?
So, Cindy, if I understood your answer correctly, and I think I did, the
Mm-hmm.
first step is to call Cindy and to just, put it out on the table. This is where I'm at. This is how long I've been in business. This is how I conduct my business. I sell my products and services. And bringing your decades of corporate and banking experience to the table, you'll cut to the chase right away and be able to know what options and what resources might be available for that client. Is that a correct
Yes,
understanding?
you nailed it. Perfect.
Oh, awesome. Well, I cannot wait to air this episode. I really do believe that there are so many of our small business networking partners that just need to speak to you one on one. Cindy, we are almost out of time. The time just flies by so quick. We'll have to have you back again and continue the dialogue. But since we met so long ago through networking, through my son's networking events, and here we are years later as friends, networking partners, business partners, I have to ask you in 20 seconds or less, how important, in your own words, is networking for a small business owner?
It is. What is the phrase? I mean, it's like the lifeblood. I mean, 10 years later, someone will call me and say, this is this. I've got this client. This is what they're looking for, and we met at a networking event, and they remember that I can help those businesses in spots that they wouldn't be able to. And the same for me to be able to say, wait a minute, I remember so and so, and I know they still do this, and then I can make those connections. It's all about connecting the dots. I love networking.
I do too. I'm passionate about it. I mean, I've been networking for decades and I still get excited to go to an event, whether it's in
Yeah,
person or on Zoom. I just love meeting people. And I'll tell you the truth, we all have to make a living. So money is a factor, but I have to be very honest with you. And I think I know you well enough that you would agree. It's not only about money, it's about helping others, making connections, and just growing small business for long term
agreed,
success.
agreed, agreed.
Cindy Klein, managing member at EC Funding Solutions. We are out of time. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of what I know is a busy day. What's the best way for our listeners to reach out to you, connect with you offline, and take the conversation from there?
Oh, I am old fashioned in this regard. By all means, give me a call. The cell phone number is 312 881 9596. Again, 312 881 9596.
Wonderful. And just like my accounting firm, we do business in all 50 states. So I want to make sure that that's clear before we bring the interview to a close. Cindy, thanks again for taking time. It was a pleasure to have you. Can't wait to have you back again. If you'd like to be a guest on Spotlight, all you've got to do is send an email to team@powernetworkingteam.com, and we'll make those arrangements right away. So until next time and next episode, good luck and good networking, everybody.